Hey, Jody. Just watching them pack that Cybertruck up. Got Virginia plates on it. Yeah.
To find it all with the SiriusXM app. At home on your phone, computer, Alexa, TV, or other internet-connected devices.
Are you like millions of Americans who avoided filing their taxes at 511-6984? Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
You're still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really now?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you can start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there too to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Well, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu. Actually, it's available for one-time students. Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, it sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare could save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true people are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. Very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 844-57-BIBLE. That's 844-57-BIBLE. 844-57-BIBLE. You're listening to Leaf Filter Radio, and the guru of gun protection himself, Chris Cooney, is here to take your most pressing leaf-related questions. Hey, everybody, Chris here. I understand we have Ron on the line. Ron, where are you calling from? Ron, you calling from a ladder?
Well, I was. I wanted to ask Chris what I need to do to get my gutters ready to have leaf filter installed.
Oh, Ron, you don't have to do anything. A Leaf Filter Trusted Pro will come out and clean out your gutters, realign and seal your gutters, and install a Leaf Filter, America's #1 gutter protection system.
So I didn't need to get on this ladder?
Ron, Leaf Filter Trusted Pros are in your neighborhood and ready to help. Just visit leaffilter.com/patriot to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off.
Thank goodness. What was that site?
That's leaffilter.com/patriot for your free gutter inspection today. See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior and military discount. No
Well,
discount.
might as well go top off the tank.
Religious freedom. Beyond Sirius XM Transmission 125. Live here.
Waiting for a call to meet somebody. I got some fundraiser Krispy Kreme donuts I'm supposed to pick up from this girl for her daughter, and I'm waiting.
Hackmans. And now they know, AP. After Gene Hackman died of heart disease a full week after his wife died from hantavirus, which is a virus of the kidneys, apparently. Their New Mexico home, likely unaware that she was dead because he was in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's disease.
Oh, here we go.
If he was in the advanced stages of Alzheimer's disease and it was so bad he didn't know that she had died, that means he didn't feed himself. That means he couldn't go to the restaurant. That means he didn't know what was taking place in any respect. But deaths were ruled to be from natural causes. Chief Medical Examiner Dr. Heather Jarrell said alongside State Fire and health officials at the news conference. Jarrell said Mr. Hackman showed evidence of advanced Alzheimer's disease. He was in a very poor state of health and significant heart disease, and I think ultimately that's what resulted in his death. Investigators found that the last known communication and activity was February 11th, when his wife visited a pharmacy, a pet store, and grocery before returning to their gated home. Hackman's pacemaker last showed signs of activity a week later, that he had an abnormal heart rhythm the day he likely died. There's no reliable way to determine the date, time when both died. All signs point to their deaths coming a week apart, they said. Quite possibly was not aware that she was deceased. Sad that in that way, isn't it, Mr. Reeves? Dr. Biden, former New York City medical examiner, said he believes Hackman was severely impaired due to Alzheimer's disease and unable to deal with his wife's death in the last week of his life. You know, when it's the latter stages of Alzheimer's, you can't function. You're not picking up a phone, you can't talk. The bodies were found a little over a week later. Hackman was found in the home's entryway. His death was...
I don't know who that is.
Ascribed to her were found nearby, weren't listed as a contributing factor. Antirevirus typically is reported in spring and summer, often due to exposures that occur when people are near mouse droppings in homes. Sheds or poorly ventilated areas is the first confirmed case of hantavirus in New Mexico this year. It's found throughout the world. Most cases in the U.S. have been found in western states. It can cause severe and sometimes deadly lung infections, so this came on rather quickly. Dogs do not get sick from the virus.
Yeah, I know. They do at my place too, but you can only order it through the app. Apparently.
Propsy finished checking in the data from personal.
Although they show them on the menu. It was a fundraiser for a friend of mine from work.
Honey, I had the worst dream last night. We were in a car crash, and the kids and I were on our own. We had to move out of the house because I couldn't afford it anymore.
Oh, it's awful, hon.
You know, my brother was saying he got life insurance from Ethos.
I know it's been on our list. Isn't getting life insurance a huge pain? Oh, it's so much paperwork, and you have to go see the doctor. I wouldn't even know where to start.
With Ethos, Dave said it only took 10 minutes, and he got $2 million in coverage for around $2 a day. Plus, it's all online. No medical exam. He just answered a few health questions right from his house. He was able to choose an amount that worked for his needs, and Ethos made the whole thing so easy and clear.
10 minutes with no medical exam? Ethos, here we come.
Here's to sleeping better at night.
Help protect your loved ones today with Ethos. Life insurance made easy. Visit applyethos.com to apply today. That's applyethos.com.
Sample rate is a 10-year term life policy for 35-year-old healthy, non-smoking male. Build monthly.
You didn't start a business to babysit
Yeah.
your poorest performing employees.
I went and had a fish dinner at one of the local Catholic churches.
Hi, I'm Alan Jones.
Met an old
founder and
friend.
CEO of Bambi. I created Bambi so small business owners could take back control of
My
their
second
business.
mama, basically.
You can fire a poor performing employee who happens to now want
I'm actually
3
closer to
months
her
off.
than my real
Bambi
mom.
HR manager will take care of that for you in your first week with us. You spend your time coaching your A players, we'll take care of the rest. I'm so confident that Bambi will help you focus on what you love about running your business that I'm offering a $1 trial to the service for your first month. Trust me, there are no limits to the amount of calls or questions you can give your Bambi HR manager. After your first month, just 20. Yes, 20. $9 a month for companies of any size. Month to month. No hidden fees. Cancel anytime.
Get a month of Bambi for just $1. Go to Bambi.com and type Patriot under radio to schedule your first call with an HR manager right now. Go to BAMBEE.com, Patriot Radio.
Jesus Christ.
On the next Stacey on the Right, I'm joined by Jenna Ellis from American Family Association, radio host John Gordon, Leadership Institute's Zachary Marshall, PhD, and author Rabbi Daniel Schonbuck.
Listen live weekdays at 9 p.m. East on Sirius XM Patriot.
President Trump is raising the possibility of upping the pressure on Russia to end its war against Ukraine. White House correspondent Greg Clugston reports.
Writing on social media, the president said he's strongly considering sanctions and tariffs on Russia in hopes of forcing a settlement to the war in Ukraine. He said such sanctions could remain in place until a ceasefire and final settlement agreement on peace is reached. The president, who has been reluctant to criticize Russia for its invasion, urged both countries to get to the table before it's too late. Greg Clugston, Washington.
The Trump administration is canceling millions of dollars for Columbia University.
The Trump administration is pulling $400 million from Columbia University. Multiple federal agencies announced that they are canceling grants and contracts because of what the government describes as the Ivy League school's lackluster efforts to squelch anti-Semitism on campus. Before the announcement, Columbia was ramping up its own investigations into students critical of Israel, alarming free speech advocates. Nonetheless, Federal Education Secretary Linda McMahon says Columbia has abandoned its obligation to Jewish students. Columbia is vowing to work with the government to try to get the money back. I'm Lisa Dwyer.
Former central banker Mark Carney looks set to become Canada's next prime minister after the governing Liberals announce a replacement for Justin Trudeau on Sunday. President Trump's threats to impose sweeping tariffs have sparked a surge in Canadian nationalism that has dramatically revived the Liberal Party's chances in a general election that's expected within days or weeks. On Wall Street, the Dow up by 222 points, the Nasdaq rose 126. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Let's face it, the world is uncertain these days, but there's something reassuring about holding on to what lasts. Like the 2020.
Yeah, fuck them rich assholes.
The U.S. Mint, a symbol of American strength and an asset that stands the test of time. You can
I don't feel bad for them at all. Their endowment's in the billions, so.
800-104. Secure this magnificent gold coin, graded in pristine MS-70 condition for the dealer cost of $2,999. Free shipping, no sales tax. This is your chance to own a piece of history while building a foundation.
They let them just take over the administrative building there.
Global Coin is giving the first 100 callers a free MS-70 2025 silver.
Yeah, we weren't going to do it anyway.
Gold Eagle, two iconic coins, a symbol.
We got things to do in the morning and I had to do some shopping.
Global Coin backs every purchase.
Come on, dude.
With a 30-day return policy, ensuring your peace of mind. Visit globalcoinsdeal.com or call 888-800-1045. No gimmicks, incredible coins at incredible prices. Again, that's 888-800-1045.
U.S. employers added 151,000 jobs last month.
These numbers came in 9,000 lower than the anticipated 160,000. Yet the Labor Department also reported hiring was up from a revised 125,000 in January. The unemployment rate ticked up 0.1% to 4.1 as the number of jobless Americans rose by 203,000. Average hourly earnings rose 0.3% last month. The Fed will be taking all these figures in mind in its deliberations over the prime rate when it holds its next meeting in just over 2 weeks.
Drive to Briarfield and Salisbury, Maumee, Ohio.
Got it. Briarfield Cafe.
Praise on him for reversing what they said had been unfair attacks on digital assets by the previous administration. News and analysis at townhall.com. I'm Keith Peters reporting.
Wesley Financial Group is not an offer. An important message about your timeshare from Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group.
If you receive an unsolicited phone call or mail piece to discuss selling, renting, or especially canceling your timeshare, don't fall for it. Contact your timeshare resort or Wesley Financial Group for assistance, and I'll send you our timeshare exit information kit free with the straight facts about timeshare cancellation.
Call 800-978-1515. 800-978-1515.
Rev up for winter with Meineke. Tires, engine repairs, oil changes. That means
meet up
you'll
with
be ready
somebody.
for whatever weather lies ahead. And in Meineke, with our financing solutions, you can even fix it now and pay later.
Yeah, no shit.
Financing options designed to provide a customized payment plan for you.
I got a good 10 years.
Right. Did you know your life insurance is an asset you can sell? I'm Jay Jackson, CEO of Abacus Life. For almost 20 years, Abacus has been purchasing life insurance policies from seniors just like you. And at abacuspays.com, we've created a free policy value calculator so you can find out the worth of your policy in just seconds. There are no fees, no obligations. Get real value for your life insurance when you need it with Abacus. Learn more at abacuspays.com.
I could pass it. I could hold up for. I heard they're changing it back to. They rededicated it back to Fort Bragg, though. That was pretty cool to hear. Saw that on the news today. Fuck those woke some bitches.
Tax deadline's coming fast. You have unfiled tax returns? Can't pay the IRS? Have other IRS issues? The IRS is more aggressive than ever before. The longer you wait, the worse it's going.
I don't know. I heard about Bragg. I hope they switch back Fort Polk and Fort Hood as well.
Even seize your property, but you won't find out until it's already done. We need to get ahead of this. Going up against the IRS alone is a disaster. Folks, take my advice. Call the experts.
Hey, Eggsy.
And Tax Network USA. You've heard of these other companies? This is the best company. I've dealt with many of the others. Why? Because Tax Network USA, they know the system. They prefer a direct line to the IRS. They know which agents to deal with and which to avoid. And whether you owe $10,000 or $10 million. Their genius strategies are designed to quickly settle tax problems in your favor. What I'm doing this weekend, Mr. Producer, I'm resting my voice. Tax Network USA's attorneys and negotiators have already resolved over $1 billion in tax debt. Over one.
This dude. Hey.
Let's see.
Oh, I thought it was blowing through the light. I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't even know she was still with us. Did you, Mr. Producer? But she is. MSNBC today. Can anybody tell me why there's an MSNBC? Seriously. Why is there no MSNBC? Why is there a CNN? What is the purpose of these networks? They don't even have viewers anymore. They don't even have an audience. They survive because these massive corporations, these conglomerates, keep putting money in them. But if they were on their own, if they were standalone, they couldn't survive. So here she is, and what pearls of wisdom does Wasserman Schultz have for us today? Cut 11, go.
Well, we're obviously in the middle of a Trump-inflicted recession.
There we go, a Trump-inflicted recession. Now, to tell you what kind of economic illiterates we're dealing with here, no president can create a recession in 6 weeks. None. Even if they wanted to. Even if they wanted to create a depression, they couldn't do it. The economy's too big. It's too unwieldy for any president to have that kind of power over an economy. So it's not a Trump-created recession, you moron. That's number one. Number two, it's not even close to a recession. There was actual job growth. And the interesting thing is...
They having a blast?
Oh, my gosh.
Not job growth with migrants and illegal immigrants,
Said,
job
I have to
growth
give them
with
to
American
Okay.
citizens. That's good. But it takes time to pull out of
Yeah, Courtney's too.
Which is what Joe Biden gave.
The window's open right here.
What's stagflation? We discussed that
Thank you so
before.
much.
Inflation
Thank you.
You're welcome.
and high prices.
You guys have fun.
Oh, yeah.
Stagnant or low wages.
We have to be there at 7.
So it's
Oh, in the morning?
In the morning.
Oh, okay. What hotel you staying at?
Right over here, the courtyard by
Okay,
Marriott.
cool.
And that's not
I like it
fixed
there because the
overnight. It
Outback
took
is
Reagan
right
2
next
years.
door.
Oh, yeah.
So,
All right. You guys have fun.
Stagflation from Carter.
glazed ones, the little box,
Mhm.
if you put them
This
in
is
the
why the
microwave for
tax
like
cuts
10
are so
seconds.
critical. Trump knows this. He's
Been doing that all week with the punchkis,
Guys
so.
like Trump don't know this.
Well, enjoy.
Regular
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That created massive economic growth.
Tell Courtney I said hi.
I will.
Opportunity. Prosperity. That's what he did. That's what you have to do when you have stagflation.
A friend of mine from
At the same time,
the other place I work at,
at the same time, keep control over the monetary
their daughter's
system. Don't go
dancers,
crazy
and they had a fundraiser.
like they did under Obama.
I'd get my Krispy Kremes.
If you
I was only at, oh, you asked Jody. I was only at Fort Hood for,
You
shit.
don't have to print as much money for the purpose of creating a fiction of economic growth, if you understand what I'm saying.
For expert field medical badge
The
testing.
Democrats, they want you to believe that the Republicans are going to destroy Medicaid, Social Security, Medicare, a lie. They want you to believe that veterans won't be able to get any benefits, any service, because they're streamlining the VA. That's a lie.
Well, no, not for medic training, just for testing for the expert field medical badge. It's a specialty badge.
And gals, in our towers.
I did my medic training at in San Antonio at Fort Sam
They
Houston.
want you to believe that when they're finding trillions of dollars in fraud and waste and abuse, that are actually
Oh,
destroying
sorry, I know I'm
the
hanging out
programs
there,
the
guys.
Democrats claim to
Oops.
support.
Oops.
The one thing they're actually doing is slashing services you want. Yes, most people a question. You don't work necessarily for the federal government. Has some of your services been
Yeah, I was at Fort Hood for literally 2 weeks.
You still getting your Social Security checks? You still getting Medicare?
Long enough
Still
though. That
getting
place
Medicaid? Of
is
course you
fucking huge.
That's why
and
the
hot.
media can't go around
Middle of
and find
summertime.
tens of thousands of people who are being thrown off.
Yeah, I'm doing all right tonight. Just been running as usual. Just not doing work stuff. Just I got off work at like 5:30, but then I went and had a fish dinner over at one of the local Catholic churches.
Major network. You're on
Met
a major
my
corporation. You have an obligation.
my second mom, really the mom that's
It is one thing.
even part of my life right now.
It is one thing.
Had dinner with her.
They have people with strong opinions.
And I ran to Costco and got some dog food and cat food, and then I just met up with this young lady
These
here.
are sick people. These are radical people.
Now we're heading home through the woods.
You have hosts on The View who cross the line, and they cross the line a lot. And the one who crosses the
Oh
line the
no,
most
El
is his
Paso?
husband,
No.
whose husband has been indicted for fraud.
That's Fort Bliss. El
She's
Paso's
ashamed
Fort
of it.
Bliss.
She doesn't say, you know what, I'm getting off this program and I'm going to support my husband and stay by my husband and work. But no, she doesn't care. She says people need to fight and die for their rights, like previous generations. People need to fight and die for their rights.
It's a pretty
The
drive
ABC
though,
News is fine with
with
it.
the light snow.
Yeah, but president
Trees
was
look
almost
nice.
assassinated twice. They talk about, January 6th.
Oh, Mark Levin screaming his head off. Yeah. El Paso, Texas. But you knew that.
It is very clear that Medicaid is on the table. It is very clear that Social Security is on the table. It is very clear.
You're such a friggin' liar. You're such a puke.
That looks really pretty through here.
You are, Sonny House, and you are a nasty, stupid liar. You can quote me. way you treat your audience, the way you treat people, the way you fearmonger and scaremonger, the way you're trying to get people so upset that they'll take to the streets, they may even take to violence. Baby boomers, ABC News, if you're a shareholder in ABC News, you ought to be jumping up and down right about now. Sonny Hostin should be yanked. She should get the hook. She should be fired.
Yeah, tomorrow we're heading up to Ann Arbor.
Instigate. That's right. We're trying to instigate violence. That's what that's all about. And scaring people and lying to people and pushing them over the edge. She's a fraud and a phony. Be right back.
Yeah, all this is going to be melted tomorrow. It's supposed to be in the 40s tomorrow.
Let's see, if something costs less...
It's barely cold enough to be snow now.
Happier with it? That sounds like something to look into. And that's MetaShare. Maybe you've heard joining MetaShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month. And that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MetaShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $7 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network, so yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 844-57-BIBLE. That's 844-57-BIBLE. 844-57-BIBLE.
Attention investors, there's a major real estate correction happening. I'm investing in it, and you should too. My name's Grant Cardone, CEO of Cardone Capital, where we manage $4 billion of institutional quality real estate and partner with regular, everyday investors just like yourself. You get all the benefits of great real estate without any of the headaches. I find the deal, negotiate it, buy it, improve it, collect the rent, and on the 15th, distribute cash flow to our investors. We have a proven model distributing over $300 million to our 13,000 investors. At Cardone Capital, we target 12 to 15% IRR, 6% cash flow, and we buy the best markets, best locations, below replacement costs, and cash flow positive at close. To see if you qualify, go to CardoneCapital.com. That's CardoneCapital.com to see if you qualify.
Individual results may vary. There's no guarantee that past performance will be indicative of future results. Invest wisely. See full disclosure at CardoneCapital.com.
Are you worried about the state of the economy? Concerned about market crashes and rising inflation wiping out your savings? At Noble Gold Investments, we understand your fears and have a solution. Call us today at 1-888-625-4250. Imagine safeguarding you and your family with a tangible asset.
I've had some grand
test of time. Gold with Noble Gold Investments. That's ensuring you make informed
My brother's kids started early.
Call Noble Gold Investments today at 1-888-625-4250. That's 1-888-625-4250. The future is uncertain. Take control now. Call 1-888-625-4250. Past performance may not be indicative of future results. Investing in precious metals, including gold, involves risks. Consult with your tax attorney or financial professional before making an investment decision.
Well, you heard it here first. Resolutions are so last season. What's in? I'll tell you what. Reclaiming your health with Arbor Colostrum. Arbor Colostrum is a 300-million-year-old superfood, packing 400 plus nutrients and more benefits than I can mention in this 60-second ad. Stronger immunity, eased bloating and constipation, revitalized skin and hair, stronger recovery and performance, and elevated mood and focus are just a few results clients see and feel. With Armor, transform your health at the cellular level and unlock the you of your wildest imagination.
Yeah, lots of girls in the family, huh?
And enter code XMRadio for 15% off your first subscription order for this month only. That's ARMRA.com. Code XMRadio for 15% off your first subscription order.
These statements have not been evaluated by the FDA. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Human dignity, secure borders.
We are
Senior Citizen Patriot.
Well, sometimes that's not a bad thing, Eggsy. There you go.
Ken and I have a simple question for you, my friend. What does the modern Democrat Party stand for? Seriously, what does it stand for?
I'm telling you what, they are in the middle of a civil war. They're leaderless in the House. This is the point that I don't think was brought up the other night. At the State of the Union, and I've been in this position before, where there is a rejected walking and escorting the president. I escorted Barack Obama or others. You know, that's a sign for the rest of the world to see. Okay, we can have differences in principles or philosophical points, but the election's over and you have to govern, right? I mean, it was the pettiest thing I've ever seen from a Schumer or Hakeem, and it showed the leaderlessness of these Democrats. And you watch the Civil War in California, where finally Gavin Newsom, because he'll swing with the wind, men should not compete in women's sports. It's a no-brainer. We've been fighting them for how long on that, and now his own legislature is having a civil war over it.
Well, let me ask you this. Is this a battle between the hard left and the left? Is that what it is?
I think it is. It is further than that. You just can't call them the left. They are the socialists. And I'll tell you,
Marxists.
They are, and they say they are. And it's just they disagree with the foundation of our nation, and it's a fight.
That's too bad, bud.
But I've watched.
But you mentioned that before.
There are no moderate Democrats anymore. There are no blue dog Democrats, and they bully into the position. They can't have a different position when it comes to life, and it's come. You're either a Marxist or you're a socialist in their party.
So where do they go from here? Do they think they're going to get elected, and maybe they will, just by lying about Medicaid and Medicare and Social Security and veterans benefits and all the rest? You think that's going to work?
I don't know, because a very interesting statistic in the last poll on the approval of the president. His numbers were very strong, but you know where they were the strongest? With the young America. I think these young people have watched people just try to sell them stuff, right? Ads and others, and they have now read through the BS, right? They don't go take TV to tell them what they should or should not say. It's a longer format, like a radio show like yours or a podcast. And they're almost not picking up parties, they're looking for leadership. That's the difference, I see.
In the media and the Democrats are really attached by the hip. Do you see any real change in corporate media? I really don't. I mean, I see people are abandoning them, but I don't see a change.
I see no change. You watch what they have said. Listen, the Democrats wouldn't stand up for a young boy fighting cancer for 6 years, and then you watch what the media said on MSNBC about it. They are no different whatsoever. That's disrespectful. That's not an American position, and it was embarrassing. Kids fighting for his life and someone doing something nice for them, but you can't accept that because
they're good, finally healthy.
He can act that way.
He loves to bring this weather into the house.
He really is weak, isn't he? He really is weak.
Oh, he can't make a decision. He's scared to death to make a decision. Look, there's two types of leadership. You're either a thermometer or a thermostat. Use a thermometer. It only does one thing. It tells you the temperature, right? So you go up on stage. A thermostat is a Winston Churchill, a Ronald Reagan. They can tell you the temperature, but they can change it. And they're not afraid to change it, right? It's 100 degrees. We're going to make it 75. We're all going to do this. And then after we do this, it's still 95. You're sweating, and you're not afraid because we're going to take you to the right place. We know our principles. We know it brings you more freedom. So we don't have to be angry. We know our compass. We know our why.
Wow,
Did
Jody.
you watch that video the Democrats put out, like, pick your fighter, and they had these Democrat women? I mean,
you know what it looked like to me? No offense. No offense. I'm serious. It looked like to me.
Pick your fighter, and made me say, I wouldn't want to be on that team.
No.
They're destroyed.
I want to ask you something prospectively here. I think this budget deadline comes up on Friday. The Democrats have shown a lot of ankle government to save the government. You think they're going to succeed?
No. And you know what? If they do that, they make Republicans, they'll get blamed. And rightfully so. If they want to fight to send a transgender opera to some country in Africa no one's ever heard of, I don't think that will go over very well. You know? And what are they fighting for? They don't have a purpose.
Well, they'll say they're saving Medicaid and Medicare, and they want to put their foot down. You think the Republicans are ready to fight this?
You know what? They have a leader, though, so they will be ready to fight it. President Trump has been through so much, he can fight. And this is the difference. You shut the government down, you know it doesn't shut down? Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security.
I know, it's hilarious.
That just keeps on going. And all it does is hurt our men and women that are protectors around the world.
Kevin McCarthy, you're a good man, and we really appreciate you on this program, brother. You're a good friend, and God bless you. Have a great weekend, Kevin.
All right, my friend. Take care.
We appreciate him very much. He's a good man. We'll be right back.
Sometimes bad things happen to good cigars. Not at Famous Smoke Shop. Unlike the other guys, we take pride in how we store, pack, and ship our cigars. We've been family-owned since 1939, so we know what it takes to make a great smoke and a great experience. Visit FamousSmoke.com for thousands of premium cigar brands, fresh and ready to ship from our climate-controlled 20,000-square-foot humidor. Every order is backed by our Famous Freshness Guarantee. Check it out now at FamousSmoke.com and use promo code FREE20. That's FREE20, and we'll take $20 off your order of $99 or more. Our cigar experts make sure
for
you
sure,
get the
Eggsy.
best deals on the best cigars.
For sure, Eggsy. Well, a little bit more snow out here by the house. Duke just dropped another video. We're live. Ugh. I get to spend the next half hour unloading the car. Holy shit, I just bought. Your home stretch. Yeah, see, you get near my house, they don't treat the roads anymore. It'll be even worse on my road, probably. Little drift area there.
Agents will pay you thousands up front just for the chance.
This place right here by my house is a pretty cool place. It's called Bittersweet Farms. It's like a community for folks with Down syndrome. They actually have a coffee house in the village there, but honestly, it's the worst coffee I've ever had in my life.
Hi, this is Craig Weir. If you're an IRA millionaire, you've likely seen me all over social media for years, warning you about the tax storm brewing that can double your taxes over your lifetime. For 15 years,
All right, we're back in it.
conversion plans for people just like you.
Oh, I can hear the dogs barking already.
Everything just changed with President
My
Trump's
babies know I'm home.
That's why I wrote Roth Conversion Reset, the most up-to-date guide on how to lock in today's historically low tax rates before they vanish. Let me show you how to protect your retirement savings and avoid costly mistakes. Get the full-color instant PDF download for just $3.95. Simply text ROTH to 888-660-ROTH. Get your copy now. Inside, you're going to find bonus chapters on investment decisions and charitable giving. 888-660-7684 and start saving today.
Heading to Vegas soon then, huh? Good for you, bud. Much better weather, I'm sure. All right, guys, I'll probably stream on the way up to Ann Arbor tomorrow. You guys have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me. Love you guys. Peace.
employers in business, we are giving customers a free